Tick, 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 tick. I hope there's no ticking noise. It's 0949, and good morning, folks. And the 10th day, 6th month, 2023. I'm looking at the last full image of the Earth. It shows Canada and the United States and the amount of area covered by the smoke. There is a lot. These fires are extremely sus, as in how they all started all at once. So I'm going to go over a bit of that. Look at the toxicity of these plumes. Every time I see this color here, I know a neighborhood's gone up. I know somebody's house is gone. And that's a very bad thing. That somebody's dreams hanging in the air. Then there's a lot of EMF holding stuff aloft. See the fire plume, but yet it can't rams over the top of it. See the difference in the colors of the plumes? It's done on purpose. It looks like a coffee cup. It'd be acid camera here and a bomb going off here, and all this dust particulates are going to react and with what's in this toxic smoke from these forests that have been wicking up inside the trees themselves into the wood all the heavy metals from the geoengineering program for all those years that those trees have been growing, and that's now burning into the sky. And there's a lot of chems been deployed to help continue the toxic air. This is from yesterday. A lot of the plume is being directed in a very, very specific way, and it is being moved. Now you see these straight lines up here. Watch out here. I'll do a zoom bit for you. Now, here's what they're doing with the plume. It should just come over the Atlantic and impact us here, but they've made a change in the flow. They brought some sand up. It's even gotten a bit warmer this morning, and this is going to do a fold move. There's a big tendril. It's coming up and over this way. See this here? Most of the smoke is that way and coming there. Even what came from New York was forced out into this plume to come up and beyond. And so it actually looks like they're bringing it back over Canada to come back around you. A lot of that smoke, which is very uncool. And then I'll see, are we running? I think so. So you could see the straight line here, and it matches up with the heart blast. It basically is directing the flow back over Canada. It's going to save us a lot of bad air here in England, that's for sure. But you can see how much of the smoke has come back around, even into the Carolinas here. Absolutely would be a horrendous looking sunrise there this morning. Nearly be time to catch it if I'm lucky. Let me see if I can catch it. Today's sunrise. I'll be over near Cape Hatteras. And it's still dark, so I won't catch that. Okay, it was worth a shot. You get some, well, here's your rain totals. The southern United States absolutely predicted to get absolutely blasted with a bunch of rain. It's just like a big tendril's been brought over you. Yep. And that smoke is particulates that can help be used for geoengineering. Right? Particles of dust in from the fires is a particulate, and you see a big tendril is going to be worked down here through New York. Well, as you hold the line up for where you want to move the smoke, it's going to create a flow line. Oof, it's not good to see. Not good at all. So I'm going to go back to this. Oh no, I'm not going to that yet. Not yet. Just some of your totals you can expect over Quebec. And none of it being new snow, really, except for up around, what's this, Hudson Bay, I think that is. I can't remember everything. They keep changes the names of your places now. So everybody's asking why. That's all conjecture. I can give lots of reasons. I could just start with land grab. Let's start with taking the leases away from people who have been sitting on land for 100 years, and then you would inherit Grandpa's lease, or Daddy's lease. So that's not allowed no more. And there's minerals that are wanted, and a lot of the land is owned, by natives, native tribes using very similar Aboriginal laws like they're seeing roll out in Australia. A lot of them, some of them rolled out in the 1930s, even out here in Canada, to protect people from the grabbies and then the oppression and the whole just destroying the will of the people. That's what's you're headed your way on a particular day. I was having a good look at Alaska because they're pretty important in this, and so is Hawaii. Directing the flows again. As you see, they got a gap here, and they're bringing it down and around. Is this what's coming up and over? This one's done a dance over the top. New low's going to form. Yeah, there's going to be a cyclonic system coming your way. Should breeze over the top while one comes through here. But all the flows are coming through the strait toward the west, which means it's blocking a lot of the action from coming inland this direction and forcing it up and around, which is going to lead to some heavy totals along this area over the next 10 days. Yeah, I just told you. Here, I'll show you. Just in case the broadcast goes out. Excuse the guy banging next door. He's working on his house, and it's Saturday afternoon, and it should be allowed. These totals are too low. I am not in agreement with this. They just left out, no, you're going to get it here and here and nothing in here. I don't believe this. Yeah, so I'm going to stick with my guns on my forecast was still accurate. And you still got that to come. And then about a day or so after that, all this one tendril, two tendril, three tendrils, four tendrils coming in. And this one's a whip around. And that one's loaded. That's the tropical tendril from up here and what was left of that storm. Looks like they're directing stuff over French Polynesia again. But they're gapping the main islands. But all this over here is in the Coppington zone. Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, fucked. Honduras, Central America here on the Isthmus of Panama. A really, really heavy rains are due to be happening for you. And Europe is absolutely going to cap it over the next 10 days. The big systems coming across here is really going to rain these people out. So a lot of Eastern Europe, the former Soviet bloc countries, are going to have some problems. Not Yakomanic. The weather is no longer the perfect 10. Never has been. If Mother Nature did it, it's an automatic perfect 10 to me. And look at the tendrils here that are getting diverted. And this should run fair straight there. But Hawaii, he beams down and directs it and forces a flow. And another force flow has happened here. And usually it's ships and the use of these islands themselves as a barrier. They create a wall in front of it, and the island will help with the low deck movement as well, which really helps divert the moisture and into a direction that they'll call a La Nina. But I call it an El Grande lie of lying proportions, and got some big totals headed toward Western Australia in the 10s. And so we'll be vigilant about this. Right, but it's not today, and they say it's a day or so after, and it's going to be farther north. And so I'm watching them moving a tendril down here from the tropics to you, and another one here. And usually when they do one like that, they'll do a simultaneous double roll. And so you'll see two storms roll out at once. Okay, so I'll be looking forward to seeing what methods they used to do that. Okay, let's go back to look at some of the smoke. You want to go look at the day the fire started. Everybody keeps asking me, and I'm finally going to address this. So let's go back. Back in time. Where everybody said they all started at once. Well, here is a day. Here the first ones have started. This was on the 5th. But then this day here is about the most sus. And this is like at the beginning of it. They did not all start at the same second, or all those would be lit. But it's so close together. And they're not all in a pure line, because this has already been burnt. It's like they picked up the edge. Maybe they'll say there were some hot spots. But it's right on the edges of the green forest. You pinpoint. Yeah. See? It's already on the edge of a burnt area, this. Or this whole thing has burnt, and you're just seeing the hot spots. Right? Because something, all at once, there's been some serious burnings all at once. Whether it's done with a jet plane, as some people suspect, with the directed energy weapons from the Lockheed Martin laser. It is often fitted on some of the jets. But it's all, you'd have to prove it, and it's an invisible wavelength of light. All you see is the plasmas that are sometimes created as it excites molecules that it interacts with when they release their photons. Now, this picture here is to kill. And for years, I've been saying these are edited out chem bombs out of the feed. Now, look at the exact shape of that. Now, look at this one here. They're different. It's not just like a glitch or somebody doing an edit, and you see the difference of the colors around it. Like something was up there deploying something that was refracting light differently. And so that's a slam bus of a deployment. If something is up there reacting. And could they be something military that had Lockheed Martin equipped with the lasers on it? Absolutely it could be. I can't rule that out. Look at Lake Erie here, all this chem on the 6th. Make sure you got a place to hold the smoke in here. I seen this during the California fires. I seen this during the New South Wales fires. They used the chem to hold the smoke, and they used the EMF to create the wind. Yeah, the heated outflows. You don't think that's mighty straight line there? In the smoke? It's an EMF. Made a cut move. You can even see a bit of a wedge shape to it. See the V? That's not natural. Right? A line of smoke like that. as I go back to the 6th, he's still smoky. Way up to the north. And they had a day that New York City get absolutely oranged out. And that would be here on the 7th. Because somebody was asking me about an image yesterday. And I said, no, that happened on this day here. And that smoke was really heavy, very toxic, and it sat over the top of them people for a very long time. And it was directed that way. You see the straight line here? It's EMF. On that slide more. Things go up against that. We see it all the time when they're moving big rivers of moisture. It's no different than the smoke. When there's smoke there, it makes it easier to see, actually, for me. See that heated outflow here? That's a boundary line of EMF to assure that went over. To most people, toxifying their lungs, I think. Hey, they got an asthma vaccine they want to test. Everybody going to be coughing that way, right into a coffin. And I'm going here onto the 6th. You still see there's lots of smoke. Lots of smoke. Pockets of it even made it all the way down here. Being directed over the top of a peaceful population and undeserving of toxifying our bodies, human beings. And again, the burnouts. Can they be done with a jet? Yes. Can they be done with kids playing the matches out in the woods? Yes. How was it done? That's an answer it's the answer we deserve, and we deserve an honest one. Look at these chemtrails here off the coast of Chicago. That'll be Chicago down there. You see what man does? Yeah, that's definitely Chicago. Chicago, my kind of town. Hello, Milwaukee. Hey, the Fonz would think that's very uncool, man. This is where the Fonz lived. Hey, oh, no. And the people doing this definitely need to sit on it. Sit on it, Kemi. Okay, now, look at that. And all this will hold smoke in the air as well. It's particulates for the nanometals that are being whipped up and burned in the fires of the forest are going to cling to those and have predictable chemical reactions, depending upon the deployment. As we go here over Lake Huron, this is going to be some terrible fallout. It's also going to increase certain gases in the atmosphere that they're going to say, hey, look, something's gone wrong. Or will it be an excellent excuse for acid rain? It absolutely will be. I'm a Wesley Wabbit. So, Canada. Whoa, no, you're burning, 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 burning for you. They're burning for your land. They want it all. They want it now. They want it all. They don't care how. They want your bread. They want your mind. They want your teeth rotting out of your fucking mouth so you can't have good nutrition when you chew your food. But they want you to buy this food because they know you're going to be hungry. Amalgam filled anybody? Yeah, they got to put on special kit. Just take them out of your mouth. Look like you yourself are a walking hazardous waste can. Hey, Tari, feel your fright here today? Barrington Teps. Editing out the feed much here, not seeing things. The Nazi's are in control of the weather map. Isn't that beautiful green? Let's point out something pretty green. Because I just showed you a terrible scene. And it's nice to see you guys some sunny skies. I know you were going to have a break today. But look at the EMF fryings going down here, Napier. A big wedge like pointing at the Palmerston North fucking radar station. You can't make this up. See the wedge? It's geoengineered. It's a slam bust. Slam bust. Square edge much here. See? Those aren't fires. Those are chem bombs pluming up. You see the correlation between something that emits smoke and how it goes? Are you learning yet? Are you opening your eyes? Do you see that there is no prize? There's just life. And your life should be treasured, not praised. There's a difference. A prize you may get. A treasure you already have. Now, treat it thusly. These triangles out here. Not naturally occurring cloud formation. Big squares out here. Clouds were not like this when I was a kid. They were round, puffy, nice and happy. Well, they get rid of all those Bob Ross painting shows because he did happy round clouds and changed them all to chemtrails. I wonder this now. I think I will. It's called remastering a movie. Where you take a movie that was made before jet planes and you add contrails to it. or chemtrails, as I often see. Yeah, spaghetti western. De Laurentiis was very picky about his lighting, and he did not want jet planes in a western movie because he knew they weren't around back then. We got your old alien from the movie, a little hominid. Ooh, spooky skies, man. Spooky skies, man. Not quite the tiki, and it's headed away from you. But this here is still doing an up and around. So as that butts that, it's still stripping moisture in. And this is the band that's carrying it. Right here, right on that line. And so it is possible that they've decided that from here north and here south has been heated. Outflow line might hold some rain off. So I'm very interested to watch how this plays out. That's just slam bust. It's a slam bust from Chem. Chem and fucking EMF right there before your eyes. Hey guys, it's nice to see you have clouded out. Not. Tazzy over here is having a not the most sunshiny day. You get no vitamin D. The only D you're getting is right up the old wazoo from our oppressors. The ones, the ruling class, the board of directors that you elect. You elect the board of directors. They don't represent you. They represent national interest, which is a corporation. I've heard from Saintly there, Helens. Look at this shit out here in the Tasman. It's all blurred out so you can't see it. This is editing out of data, and that proves that they're doing a crime. They have the ability to turn the cameras off. Every time there's a false flag stabbing on a bridge, none of the cameras are working, but they're working every time you speed 5 miles an hour over the limit or use your phone in a car. See that big scalar square down there? And then another one put in that direction there. Not good. You guys been quaking down here, but you got a cyclotron. Yeah, I think that makes isotopes in there. Looking for dark matter in Italy, they had one was causing quakes. So when I see that thing go online here in 2022, it started seeing quakes. Hey, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. But there's a lot of plausible deniability and things that go on underground that you don't see. Not seeing doesn't mean it ain't going in. Matter of fact, it means it's going on worse because you'll start imagining things going on. And I just like to stick to the fact. Fact is, you got fried, you got bombed, you're getting played, and look at the chem bombs going over the corner over here. Yeah, that's right. I'm ready for you. I'm going to do a forecast whether it's ticking or not. I got a bomb here, the bomb here. Choose which one you want to watch. Bambi, 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 bomb, bomb, bomb. They love you, so you're screwed. Look, it's not doing nothing. It's not happening. It's not happening. Hey, now it is. Right. It didn't load right. That ain't never going to happen today. So there will be no boom, boom, boom over the plume unit today. It's just going to take too long to load. Not no more. Right. There's been such bad fire. So what I'm going to do now is just going to roll through the weather plan, of which I couldn't disagree with more. I think these totals are too low, and I think they're lying to you. I almost never back down on a forecast I give that I'm pretty sure of, and I'm real sure of, because I ran my mouth and told you. Hey, so I'm not backing off my forecast. I'm going to delay by 2 days on the arrival of the cyclone that's coming. But it's not going to be a huge windy one. It's just going to be a cyclonic system spinning hard, worrying the hell out of you on the map, making you buy bread, batteries, and lights. And various things for you have to have for that 24 hours when you ain't got a light bulb. Even though the sun shines, if you're allowed to see it. Well, it looks like Frying Pan Island's going to turn on, drive the system south. Yep, I'm watching. It's important. And the up and around is starting to go on now toward the underside of the thumb here and towards Hawke's Bay. And if this thing moves just a little bit south, the going-ins is there. I'm not going to go traffic cam on you today. Let's turn this some of that. Here's what they say. You won't be so dramatic. So they're just going to spit it in. Oof. You're going to see a bad day coming. I was worried about this day. Yeah, it's still common. Still common. Still common. Still common. Still common. Still common. If it goes over the top of the island, Hawke's Bay is fucked. If it goes down south, you're spared. Oof. It's not good. All the dynamics of this is not good. So where's it going to spit the secondary low? Right about here? Maybe. I got to look at the spit. No, this too is going to do a dance. It's going to spit one to that and it'll dance. It has to. It'll be a dancer. Pressure dance. Ooh, right over the top of Auckland. Oh, you guys are fucked. Oh. Yeah, she goes over that side. That's going to be an up and then a right at Napier's ass. I'm sticking with my totals I said the other day. I'm not backing down. My forecast is still accurate. I am pushing the time period 2 days back. But here you go for the 19th. But I might have said on the 16th it was going to take a few days for the totals of that to show up. And meanwhile, the steamer is in here. So they'll be moving both of these lows at the same time. Right? So I'll be watching because they're like on the same line. Just move this high along. Right? And hold that in place. And this whole thing will just shift on along. Hey, this is going to be a bad time for Western Australia again here. So for the next few days, I'll be updating your totals. It's a very heavy tendril. It came from the tropics and it did some unbelievable damage. And when it came out over Tibet, down over Bangladesh and back into the ocean. So these are very exotic chemtrails of rain you're getting. It might even be blessed by the hymns of monks in the mountains. So let's think the beautiful thought and get a good ohm on this stuff. That's all I can think to do sometimes. So I can't sit here and cry tears every time I see a total like this. It's a fucking shame, but here it is. What a shame, it's there. It's happened. Chem bombs suck. Yeah, well, the people that deny it, they suck too as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, don't be a suck. Because you're a sucker. You believe in fucking lies. Every time. You don't think that after they lied to you about the COVID vaccine, you're going to believe them ever again? I think you're a fool. Would you like to buy the Sydney Opera House? I got 5 of them for sale. No, you don't own it, but you're going to think you do. Because you're owned. Owned, and you got some big tendrils coming your way. In Thailand, you're still fucked. Yeah, I hope you guys got out of there. Because it's the Fubadio time. 1/2 meter of water keeps showing on the 10s every day. He said it's belting down 10 centimeters a day for days. Oh, you got a little bit of time before the next big betcha. Hey, fuck you, comes along. The king and die. I think that's all they want us now, is to die. Dying, but give us your stuff on the way out the door. Because we want you to own nothing, even in the grave, to give to anybody. You ain't giving no leg up to your kids no more. You ain't living your whole life in the hopes of making a better life for your kids by leaving something behind, because they're going to take it. They're taking it while we're taking it. Right up the old wazoo, and as these terrible totals continue for the areas around Hawke's Bay. But they just don't want to show the Esk Valley having problems. I don't say how the hell you're going to miss out on that. What are they going to do? Put an EMF bomb over you to give you cancer, or do you want to have the rain to flood you out to sea? Sharks got to eat too, you know. So the worms. What a wormy fucking world. Is some of the terrible totals are starting to show up near Kaikoura. This road is in bad shape anyhow. They didn't need this. So be on the lookout. Be on the ready. Earth pressures are coming. They're coming for you, and they're coming for what they got. You got, and what they got, they don't want to give. They took a retirement from you and now asking like it's an entitlement. Right? You are entitled to something. Excuse me. You have an entitlement to you paid into super annuities and stuff, and they find a way to say that's a benefit now. No, I paid into my Social Security. It's not a benefit. You owe me. Pay up, Uncle Scam. Empty your pockets out my way for a change. That's what we all need to say. As I look here at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, which was first in flight, it had an excuse for a bad burning engine to be giving all this smoke. But there's no excuse this day and age for the amount of pollution that's going on. Holding up the smoke in the air over the top of beautiful North Carolina and these pristine waters, and people get shrimp and flounder and all sorts of wonderful fishing. We got great white sharks over here too. It's also the closest spot in the United States of America where the Gulf Stream waters go to the shore. It's right around here. Well, Florida, that's a given. It's Bahamas. This is a very critical spot for the Gulf Stream, and it's now had a bunch of chemical fallout going in. It's got a big line of chem bombs over the top of it. Right over the top of it. Holding in the smoke. What a fucking shame. This is our world, people. It is on fire in more ways than one. And the fire is being moved over general populations when it could have just been put out with a raindrop. It was chosen not to. The line of this storm is all EMF. What a fucking shame. Frying you down here, carrying you over here, bombing you up out to sea, and smoking you out of New York, Connecticut, and all of New England, and that smoke's been directed down south. Right. We're going to fix this stuff. We're not going to give up. We're going to fight because we must. We're fighting for our lives. And talk is cheap. Big love. Peace.